Hello and welcome, my name is Chris from christopherhall.com. Welcome to this video where again we are talking about building and changing habits. Now, in this video we are going to be talking more about the practice of how to do it. In the last video we talked about the anatomy of it. So we were talking about the different parts of the nervous system and this thing called myelination, which I'll touch on in this video, but we're going to be more talking about the actual practice of it and things that we need to be doing in our behaviors to be able to build these new habits and change any old pre-existing habits. But before we get into that, again, quickly, I just want to talk about my social channels. So if you want to come along, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it would be great to see you there. You can see my handles, you can see what you need to type into the search banner. Come and find us, like and follow. It would be great to answer any questions that you've got, and just connect on that level would be great. Alternatively, you can see down at the bottom here, please do sign up to the monthly newsletter at christopherhall.com/join. It would be great to see you there. All of the newsletters are built around a theme. So we might be talking about habits, we might be talking about exercise in general, we might be talking about nutrition, we might be talking about illnesses, injuries, anything that's health and fitness driven. That's the kind of thing that we talk about on our newsletter. So again, it would be great to see you there. It's a great opportunity to learn. It's a great opportunity to gain greater knowledge around these subjects. So back to what we're going to talk about in this video. We're going to be talking about what I call repetition and deep practice. Now, repetition is what most people think is how to build a habit. So you may have heard it takes 90 days to change a habit, or the 10,000 hour law or rule that came out, where there is some truth in that because we are repeating something. There's another level to it, and that's where this concept of deep practice comes in. Now, deep practice, I didn't come up with that name. That was from a book called The Talent Code, written by a guy called Dan Coyle. And it's a very interesting book because it talks about how certain populations create a lot of exceptional people. So he traveled around the world to what he calls talent hotbeds. So you get a lot of very skilled people come out of a very small population of people, and he was asking the question of why that is. So that's what we're going to go and explore, and we're going to start talking about that in a health and fitness environment. So you may be in a position where you want to change how your body looks. You may want to lose some body fat. You may want to get fitter. May want to get better at sport. You may want to become more focused, or whatever it might be. This is what we're going to start introducing in this video. So when we talk about repetition and the whole 10,000 hour thing and the 90-day thing or the 30-day thing or whatever this guru is talking about, what it's doing is this repetition begins the myelination process. Now, if you watch the last video about myelination, what you'll understand is it's like the coating to an electrical wire, and it allows the electrical signal that the brain fires when we're about to do something, and the quicker it moves down, the more accurate the behavior. The slower it moves down, the less accurate the behavior. So repetition begins the myelination process. And then as we start doing the repetition with this thing called deep practice, it starts to refine the skill that we're wanting to develop or to be developed. Now, when we are practicing this, because I sit with a lot of people and they talk about how they want to do things and change things, and what they don't necessarily do are these sort of 7 bullet points that I'm going to talk about. And this is where the real sort of development of the new habit comes in. So it's exposing yourself to making mistakes. Now, again, a lot of people don't want to do that because they fear that they're a bad person if they make a mistake. If we take the instance of changing your diet, people think as soon as I change my diet, I have to be perfect 100% of the time. That's not true. Expose yourself to making a mistake, because what that gives you the opportunity for is to learn something. So you're then exposing yourself to opportunities to learn, to analyze, and to then have a bit of ever finer detail in your behaviors. So if we take this changing your diet scenario, so we make a mistake, we eat the wrong food at the wrong time. Okay, so we've now got an opportunity to learn. So we could just say, oh, I did it wrong, I'm off the wagon, I'm a failure, and I'm going to stop. Or we could start asking questions. Why? Why did I make that mistake? Why did I do that? So what we're starting to do is we're starting to learn about our behaviors. We're starting to analyze what we are doing and why it happened. What then that allows us to do is to have a bit of ever finer detail, so when it comes to that situation again, we've got a better understanding of maybe some other options that we could choose. Or we could think, well, okay, no, I am going to eat that food now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to then get back on the wagon straight away and I'm going to carry on, because they might be meeting up with friends and all friends want to do is drink coffee and eat cake, for example. So you might think, well, okay, I'm going to do that, but then when I get home, I'm going to drink plenty of water, keep my body hydrated, because those types of foods are known to dehydrate. So there's lots of scenarios that I could talk about, but hopefully that just sparks a little bit of inspiration in yourself to think about, well, this is what I need to start doing. If I really want to make these changes and make these behaviors stick, I need to start exposing to myself to possibly some uncomfortable scenarios. And then finally, few things that again we need to get used to is embracing that struggle. So really sort of celebrating it and making it something that we can enjoy, if you will. Embrace repetition. That's another thing that a lot of people don't like to do because they find it gets a bit boring. But embracing the repetition allows the myelination process, allows the axons and the nerves to become thicker, and that makes the connection stronger and makes it embed that much more. So the more that we can repeat, the better it's going to be. And then finally, embrace replication. Start looking at people that are doing what you want to do and start replicating that. And then as you're on that journey, look at the mistakes you make, learn from them, analyze them, and then build in some ever finer detail into that habit and into that behavior. So this isn't something that's going to happen in 90 days or over a month. It's normally something that happens over a much longer period of time. The health and fitness people that you possibly emulate to be, that I would imagine it didn't happen in 30 days or 90 days. They may have had the decision to do it. They would have started that process, but it would have taken years and years of just getting better and refining and learning and refining and learning and refining to become who they are or who you see as that person. So hopefully that gives you a better insight into habits and developing them and changing behaviors, and you're able to start to put into place some of these elements to help you with that process. So thank you for watching. Again, please come along to my social channels, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, up in the top right hand corner. Come to the website, christopherhull.com/join. Join the website. There's going to be more videos like this where we're going to be talking about all themes that come under the health and fitness umbrella. So it'd be great to see you on any of those channels. My name is Chris from christopherhull.com. I'll speak to you in a future video.